Today we look at a naval legend, the RMS Queen Mary. Length, 1,019 feet. Maximum speed, 32 knots. Passenger capacity, 2,038. Officers and crew, 1,174. Maiden voyage, May 27, 1936. Ocean liners had been carrying people across the Atlantic since the mid-19th century, and Cunard was one of the biggest names in the business. However, the Cunard Line's Mauritania, Aquitania, and Berengaria were showing their age. As a result, Cunard drew up plans to build a pair of new superliners. The legendary Queen Mary was born. The Queen Mary was one of the most luxurious ways to travel in her day. Her interiors were lavish Art Deco, which attracted many celebrities, such as Audrey Hepburn, Bob Hope, Fred Astaire, Elizabeth Taylor, Winston Churchill. The list goes on and on. The Queen Mary's primary competitor was the SS Normandy. The Normandy was by some measures a more luxurious ship. Its public rooms were larger and grander in scale. Nearly all first-class areas were covered in gold, marble, wood, or fine artwork. However, this high level of luxury on the Normandy sometimes came off as aggressive, cold, and uninviting. Queen Mary's interiors were generally considered warmer and more homely. As a result, the Queen Mary was the preferred ship to cross the Atlantic, and it enjoyed much more commercial success than her French rival. With the declaration of war on Germany, the Queen Mary's time as a passenger ship came to a temporary end. She was enormous and possessed record-breaking speed, which led to the decision to convert her to a troop ship. She earned the nickname, the Grey Ghost, and could carry as many as 15,000 troops at a time. On May 5, 1940, she embarked on her first voyage as a troop ship, where she was joined by the Aquitania, Mauritania II, Empress of Britain, Empress of Canada, and Empress of Japan. Throughout the war, she transported troops and government officials such as Winston Churchill around the globe. Between July 25th and July 30th of 1943, she carried 15,740 troops and 943 crew for a total of 16,683 people, which remains the record for the largest number of people on a floating vessel. Following the end of hostilities, the Queen Mary undertook 6 war bride voyages between February 3rd and May 19th of 1946, transporting 12,886 European brides and children to the United States and Canada. She undertook another 7 war bride voyages to Canada between May 23rd and September 18th. Queen Mary's last military voyage was between Halifax and Southampton. The ship was finally ready to be converted back to a luxury ocean liner. The refurbishments took place over about 10 months, and Queen Mary's first post-war voyage departed on July 31st, 1947. For the next 12 years, she would dominate the transatlantic passenger business with her sister, the RMS Queen Elizabeth. However, the Queen Mary would soon face a new threat: air travel. (1958) saw the beginning of commercial transatlantic flights. It was now possible to cross the Atlantic in under 8 hours. This was the beginning of the end for the Queen Mary and the ocean liner as a whole. The Queen Mary was eventually retired in 1967. The Queen Mary was fortunately not scrapped like many other ocean liners of the era. She currently serves as a floating hotel and museum in the city of Long Beach. The legacy of the RMS Queen Mary lives on today with her successor, Queen Mary II, which entered service in 2004. The Queen Mary II is currently the last ocean liner still regularly operating transatlantic voyages. She is one of the grandest ships afloat, featuring luxurious Art Deco interiors which pay homage to her glorious predecessor. The original Queen Mary is an icon, legendary for her service both in wartime and in peacetime.